Good evening and welcome to True Dugman Encounters. I'm your host, Marvin Allen. If you or anybody that you've known have had a sighting or encounter, please contact me. I would love to hear from you. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hello, everybody. 2023, we made it. It's a new year. And before I get into this, a lot of things been happening. I have been posting about the death and the killers and all that. And when saying something like that, it does something to you. And it made me shut down for a long time because I haven't been uploading anything. And my subscribers always tell me, Marvin, take your time because it's worth waiting for. But I'm back now. I want to start sharing these encounters with y'all again because I miss y'all so much. But before I start again, I was asking some people a question, and the question was about the British Columbia when the guy pulled the St. John on the mountain. I was asking people they think it was legit or they think it was fake. A few people that I had said they believed that it was fake. So, if y'all think if it was real or fake, please leave a comment in this video. And I'll get back at y'all. Dugman, it's a new year for this creature. It's a new year for this cryptid. So we got to find out some more things about it. What is it? What is its purpose? Is it a guardian of the woods? Or is it just this creature that want to run around and scare people, peeking in windows, growling at you, chasing cars? This creature does it all. Not just that, it's been known to kill. But now we're going to get back to the encounter. Anonymity means a lot. And I breaks that for no one. So without further ado, let's jump right into this encounter. Now this encounter right here comes from an eyewitness, and it's close to home. But she asked me not to give the name of the place that it happened at. But she said when she was younger, she was a little girl, her grandfather used to tell her about the hairy people in the woods. And when you're young, you believe stuff like that. So years would pass. She would be 16 when she first saw one of these hairy creatures. She said she went out to walk the property like she always do. And she said she used to like to walk down to where they had this creek. So she did that. And while she just standing there looking, she hear what sounded like to her was a grunt. So she look around, but she don't see nothing. She said a few seconds was passed again. But this time, she hear crack, a snap from a tree. She look again around, but she still don't see nothing. So she turned around and she started to head back home. And as she was walking, she heard something hit the ground. Boom. She looked to her right, and it was a rock. So she turned around slowly. And on the other side of this creek was a large, hairy creature. The same ones that her grandfather told her about. So she starts to walk backwards. She said this creature bared his teeth, and it just looked at her. She then turned around, and she said she ran as fast as she could back to the house. She told her grandfather, and he told her that they had this land for a long time, and that he had never had a problem with these hairy creatures. Now we're going to fast forward to see in her late 20s. She said she kept doing the same routine as she did every day. She would go out, she would feed the few animals that they had, and she would walk the property, and then she would go back in. She said one day, when she was in her room, she said she was sitting on her bed, on her laptop. That's when she heard tat-tat, tat-tat, tat-tat. And she looked. And when she looked over at her window, she said she saw the biggest wolf head you would ever see. Now, mind you, her window was like 7 to 8 feet off the ground. And she said this head was massive, with a long snout and pointy ears. She said this thing had to be breathing hard because it fogged up the window. She slid off the bed and ran out her room. She went to go wake her grandfather. He woke up and he said, "What's wrong?" She said, "I just seen this wolf looking in my window." That's what he said. "How can a wolf look in your window? The window's too high, baby." "Granddad, this thing was looking in my window." She said it probably was the hairy creature. She said, "No, Granddad, This thing had a long snout and pointy ears. Grandfather got up. He went in a room. He looked and he saw nothing. The next day, he gets up and he goes out and he checks the perimeter of his property. But he didn't see nothing. He goes back in the house and he tells her that he didn't see anything. But he did tell her, don't go too far on the property and don't be out there after dark. So she said, okay. A few days would pass. She got up, did what she usually do. She goes out. She walks. And while she walking, she see what looks like to her multiple tree breaks up high. High enough where she couldn't reach it. And she said these was thick branches. So she continued to walk. She said she don't know why, but she walked down to that creek. She gets down there, and that's when she caught this foul odor, this horrible scent of rotten flesh, urine, and a wet dog smell. So she looked around. She looked to her left, she looked to her right, and she looked straight. But she don't see nothing at this time. So she walks along that creek. But she's still looking around because she's trying to find out where this smell is coming from. She don't see nothing out there dead. She continued to walk. And as she walking, she hear this low, guttering growl. She stopped in her tracks. And she spans the whole area looking. As she was looking, she saw this patch of bushes about 6 feet high. And she noticed them moving. She was saying in her mind, I wonder what's that over there? She said, after she said that, she see these pointy ears rise up over the top of that bush. Then it rose up some more. And she saw that humongous, that giant wolf-type head. And it looked right over at her. She just stood there, froze. That's when this creature came from behind this bush on all fours. As it got out in the open, It stood up bipedal on its hind legs, like it had no problem in standing. She said this thing was huge. Massive shoulders, long arms with hands and claws, bent back legs like a dog. She said then this creature started to walk towards that creek. And while this creature was walking towards that creek, she started to walk backwards, scared, frightened, hearing the leaf litter under her feet crackling with twigs. She said this creature stopped at the edge of that creek. And it let out this horrible, horrible growl, much louder and powerful than the first one. She said it resonated through her body. It just stopped her in her tracks. She froze. She can't move. She said the creature took one leap and landed on the other side of that creek. She said she stood there, tears in her eyes, frightened, because she ain't know what was getting ready to happen. She said she looked at this creature looking at her. That's when she hear a voice coming from behind her. She said that was her grandfather. And as he was coming down, all you could hear, boom, boom, boom. The creature turned, leaped again, dropped to all fours, and he took off. He went down there, he shook her. Baby, you all right, you all right? She snapped out of it. And she said, yes, Grandpa, yes. And he took her home. She would see that creature several more times out her window, running across the property, but not an encounter that close again. Hope y'all like that. Get ready to upload that now so y'all can listen to it. And I'm going to send y'all another one. Let's get it.